Everyone talks about living on Mars like it's a dream, a fresh start, a backup planet, humanity's next great step. But what if I told you there's a side of Mars no one likes to talk about? A darker side, a reality so harsh that once you truly understand it, the idea of living there stops sounding heroic and starts sounding terrifying. Because surviving on Mars isn't about adventure. It's about enduring a planet that is constantly trying to kill you. Mars looks quiet, beautiful even. That red landscape, those wide horizons. But don't let that fool you. Mars is not peaceful. It is hostile in ways that are invisible, relentless, and unforgiving. And if humans ever lived there, every single day would be a fight against the environment, against isolation, and against our own bodies. Let's start with the most uncomfortable truth. Mars is deadly silent. There's no air you can breathe, no wind you can feel on your skin, no sound the way we understand sound. Outside your habitat, there's nothing protecting you except a thin suit and a few millimeters of glass. One mistake, one crack, one failure, and you don't get a second chance. On Earth, danger usually gives us warnings. Smoke before fire, pain before serious injury. Mars doesn't warn you. It just ends you. Slowly or instantly, depending on what fails first. The air on Mars is almost entirely carbon dioxide. There's virtually no oxygen. That means breathing is not natural. It's artificial. Every breath you take would come from a machine. Think about that. Your lungs would never touch real air again. Your survival would depend on systems running perfectly, every hour of every day. No shortcuts. No off days. Now think about pressure. Mars has such low air pressure that your body isn't built for it. Fluids behave differently. Water boils at lower temperatures. Your body would constantly be under stress, just existing there. Mars is not designed for human biology. We are visitors in a place that never evolved to support us. Then there's the cold. Mars isn't just cold. It's brutally cold. The kind of cold that freezes metal, cracks equipment, and drains energy. The average temperature is far below anything humans can tolerate. Heating isn't optional. It's life support. Lose power, and the cold will take over fast. Faster than rescue. Faster than solutions. And power is another dark reality. On Mars, energy is everything. Solar panels can be covered by dust storms that last for weeks. Nuclear power comes with risks of its own. Every system depends on energy. And energy is never guaranteed. One long dust storm, one failed reactor, and survival becomes a countdown. Radiation might be the most dangerous threat of all because you can't see it. You can't feel it. Mars has almost no magnetic field and a very thin atmosphere. That means cosmic radiation and solar radiation hit the surface directly. Over time, this radiation damages DNA, increases cancer risk, affects the brain, and weakens the immune system. Living on Mars isn't just risky. It slowly poisons you. To survive, humans would likely have to live underground, buried beneath layers of Martian soil just to block radiation. No windows, no natural light, no sky. Imagine spending years without seeing the sun directly, without rain, without clouds, without weather, just artificial light on a schedule designed to keep your mind from breaking. And that brings us to something people rarely discuss. Mental health. Living on Mars would be psychological pressure on a level humanity has never experienced before. Isolation wouldn't just be physical. It would be existential. You wouldn't just be far from home. Home would be unreachable. Earth would be a distant out in the sky. Messages would take minutes to travel one way. Help could take months or years, if it comes at all. If something goes wrong, you fix it yourself, or you don't survive. Human beings are social creatures. We need variety. We need nature. We need change. On Mars, every day would look almost the same. Same walls. Same people. Same routines. Over time, small annoyances become serious conflicts. Silence becomes heavy. Loneliness becomes dangerous. Even astronauts on the International Space Station, who know they will return to Earth, struggle with mental health challenges. Mars would be permanent, or at least it would feel that way. Then there's gravity. Mars has about 38% of Earth's gravity. That sounds better than zero gravity, but it's still not enough. Over time, bones weaken, muscles shrink, the heart changes how it works, vision problems appear, and we don't know what decades of low gravity would do to the human body. We especially don't know what it would do to children. That's one of the darkest unknowns. Reproduction. No one knows if humans can safely have children on Mars. Radiation could damage embryos. Low gravity could affect development. Pregnancy might be extremely risky. And if children are born on Mars, they might never be able to live on Earth. Their bodies could be too weak to handle Earth's gravity. Imagine being born on a planet you can never leave. Food is another constant struggle. Mars soil is toxic. You can't just farm it. Crops would have to grow in controlled environments with artificial light and recycled water. Every calorie would be planned. Every harvest would be monitored. If crops fail, there's no backup, no imports, no emergency shipments arriving overnight. Water would be recycled endlessly. Every drop reused again and again. Showers would be rare. Comfort would be a luxury. Cleanliness would be survival. And then there's the dust. Martian dust is fine, sharp, and electrostatic. It sticks to everything. It damages equipment. It seeps into seals and joints. Over time, dust could slowly destroy habitats, suits, and machines. It's not dramatic. It's persistent. And persistence is what kills systems. Mars also has global dust storms that can last for months. Imagine the sky turning dark for weeks. Solar power dropping. Visibility near zero. Being trapped inside a small habitat while the planet outside rages silently. No thunder. No rain. Just dust. And let's talk about emergencies. On Earth, emergencies have options. On Mars, they don't. A medical emergency could be fatal. Surgery would be limited. Supplies would be finite. Doctors would have to be prepared for everything, with no outside help. Mistakes cost lives. There's also the social reality. Mars wouldn't be a normal society. It would be controlled, monitored, and strict. Rules would exist not for comfort, but for survival. Privacy would be limited. Freedom would be restricted by necessity. One careless action could endanger everyone. And then there's the question no one likes to ask. What if people want to leave? What if someone regrets going? Mars is not a place you can just walk away from. There are no flights every week. No quick returns. Living on Mars could feel like a one-way decision. The dark side of living on Mars isn't just a planet. It's what it reveals about us. Our limits. Our fragility. Our dependence on Earth. Mars doesn't forgive mistakes. Earth does. Earth gives us air, water, gravity, protection, and life without asking anything in return. Mars demands constant payment. So why do people still dream about it? Because Mars represents something deeper. Fear of losing Earth. Fear of extinction. Hope that we can survive anywhere if we're smart enough. But maybe the real lesson of Mars is not that we should live there. Maybe it's that we should never take Earth for granted. Because once you truly understand what living on Mars would be like, Earth starts to feel less like a place and more like a miracle. Living on Mars wouldn't be freedom. It would be survival. Controlled, artificial, fragile survival. And that's the dark side no one puts in the headlines. Mars isn't a second home. It's a warning, a reminder of how rare, delicate, and precious life truly is. And maybe the future of humanity isn't about escaping Earth. Maybe it's about realizing how lucky we are to still be here.